A new study suggests old people should drink and young people should not. So this producer believes that the age of 40, you're old. I mean, you might as well just lay down and get some rest.
Or lay down and get a drink, depending on which study you're talking about.
Lay yourself out. Dr. Mike, who do we believe? Two different studies.
Well, look, there's a lot of controversy about this particular study, folks. All right, basically what they're saying is that there's no good reason to drink under the age of 40 because of suicide and accidents and all of those things. We all know that. But what they came up with, and they looked at a lot of patients, and they said a little bit of alcohol may be beneficial after that. Now, there have been studies after studies, and I even lectured on the health benefits of alcohol. But the problem is that most people don't just have a little bit, they have more.
Yeah.
And that can lead to things like breast cancer in women. And by the way, women are more susceptible to alcohol than men. And so, look, everything in moderation, because alcohol really is not, you don't want to start drinking because you think it's going to make you healthy.
Okay.
You don't want to do that. Look, if it's part of your lifestyle, then you do it in moderation.
Moderation, everything in moderation, that's the success.
And what do you define as old? What age?
Old is when you're not alive.
Well, there you go, I agree with that.
Listen.
I'm bordering. How about this woman in West Virginia? She wakes up, she was in a coma for 2 years. There she is, her name is Wanda. The sidebar story is that she woke up and said that her brother beat her to death, or tried to beat her to death, and now he's in jail. He's a good-looking man. But here my question is, what happens to you in a coma? She's just laying there. Does that mean they had to feed her through tubes and stuff?
Right. She may have been in what's called a persistent vegetative state. And what's fascinating about this is that people can go on for years and years and years. And back in the day, before we had the ability to see if there was brain activity, people would be buried. And there was this whole thing about being buried alive.
I know.
And so this is another example of where there was amazingly good care, making sure that this woman didn't have bed sores and got fed and was treated appropriately. And then she wakes up. Why? Because the brain is an amazing thing. And what happens is it rewires. And after tremendous brain injury, you can have significant improvement.
She rewired, woke up, and remembered what had happened to her.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I think the longest on record is something like 40-some years.
Oh, my gosh.
But
hey, wake
fascinating.
up. Let me get you caught up on the last 47 years.
Yeah. There'd be a lot to talk about. So we've talked about before about longevity in life and all that, and it's said that women live longer than men.
Right.
But now we know it's because of chromosomes. Like,
well,
you don't have a choice. It's just how you were born.
Right. The University of Virginia came out with this study. It's fascinating stuff. They use this technology called CRISPR, where they do gene editing, and they found that it may be due to a decline in the Y chromosome.
Oh.
Now, remember, us guys have XY, right?
Yeah.
A decline in that Y chromosome may lead to an increase in things like fibrosis, meaning scarring, especially in heart disease. And so what they're thinking of is they've studied it in mice. They're going to try to figure out how we can look at this and do testing on men to see if they have a decline in their Y chromosome.
So we can't use that excuse that we worked harder all of our lives.
No,
that didn't fly anymore.
Well, you can't, because women are in the workforce now, and everybody.
Plus, there was hard work being just a mom or a stay-at-home mom too.
Well,
extremely stressful.
Especially for you and I, our poor moms.
Oh,
my goodness gracious.
Both of them were saints.
That's why do you think I'm an only child?
Well,
they were done.
Yeah, they had it.
We'll see you later this week, Dr.
Love
Mike.
you.